excited about this new guest, right? This next guest, not new to Wilmington, but a force to be reckoned with. The new COO of the Community Education Building, Tamarra Morris. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. So tell everyone that are not familiar with the CEB.
Sure.
What is the CEB?
So the Community Education Building is housed on 12th and French Street right here in Wilmington. It was a building that was donated by MBNA that now houses not only actual schools, but what we are providing are wraparound resources and services to support not only the students that we serve, but also their families. So for example, we have a family resource center that can assist our families with housing insecurities, food insecurities, workforce development programming.
Oh, wow.
So what we understand is that schools can't do everything.
Right.
And as Wilmington and other cities across the country are trying to figure out how to actually bridge the education gap, what we know is it can't all be put on our schools to do that. So what the model that the CEB has created is we're taking on the responsibility of providing these services and resources to support the family so that we are directly supporting these young people that we're trying to serve.
Let's touch on the services real quick. So
Okay.
look at you. I see you smoking over there.
I was saying to Ivan, and I have to admit, you know, I'm just learning more and more about the Community Education Building.
Yeah.
I found out about it when we filmed last time because he was introduced me to it, and I said, oh wow, there's a resource out here. There's a building that offers this. This is great. Then I want to learn more. So the fact that you're on the show this week, how perfect, because now we can really educate our viewers, our audience, as well as myself about what resources it offers and that how you are really bridging that gap, you know, between, you know, the education, the resources, and the fact that you can't put all that pressure on these schools. You know, they have a curriculum they need to follow.
Absolutely.
So this is just another opportunity for individuals to have skills that they can learn skills, acquire skills that we can be reinforced.
Absolutely.
So I was really excited to learn more about what you're doing for the community. So now, may I ask, and is there a certain age group or a certain audience that you only offer the services to at the community education building?
So right now, the majority of the resources and services that we do provide are directly for the students that go to school in our building.
Gotcha.
So we have 3 charter schools in our building, and one of our newest tenants is the University of Delaware's Associate in Arts program. So we do extend our services to those students as well. And one of the most recent service that we're launching is we have a full wellness center in partnership with Christiana Cares that is scheduled to launch in the next couple of weeks. You will receive the invite. But what we realized is that not only are our K through 12 students in need of a wellness center, we also have the Associate in Arts students that also aren't able to or don't have direct connection to health services. And so again, what we want, and of course, you know, this model, we want to replicate it as many times as we can throughout the state because we do understand that what we provide is needed everywhere. And so we want to make sure that any student and any family member of students that walk through our building can get everything that they need to be successful and to make sure that they are able to bridge whatever gaps that they need to help support the students that are in their lives.
You said what we provide is needed everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you provide? What services can you call out right now that someone that's watching this and their child goes to Coombe or the child goes to the Great Oaks or the University of Delaware can say, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was there.
Absolutely.
And how would they come and be a part of that?
Sure. So any of the families, of course, that are connected to the children that go to the building are welcome to come to the building at any time. We are right now envisioning a broader scope so that we can provide our resources to everyone in the community. But we have a commercial kitchen for example, of what are the services we provide. What we know is that most of the students that we serve come from underserved communities, and they eat 3 meals with us. And so we have hot meal service, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We provide snacks throughout the day as well. We provide after school food for our students that participate in sports or any of our after school enrichment programs. We also provide bag lunches. We have a full food pantry. We provide food for some of our students for the weekends, especially the ones that we know that we're aware of. But anyone can come in if they have food insecurity, for example, and we'll connect you through the Family Resource Center so that you can be connected with food that's available. We do have families that have housing insecurity, healthcare insecurity. We bridge the gap. So if you come in and identify that this is what your family needs, we make sure that if we don't provide it directly from our building, that we get you connected with the services that are out there.
Wow, that's a lot. That's incredible support that you're offering the community. That's needed.
Where did this idea come from? Because it definitely wasn't when we were in high school and elementary school. I don't know if they were doing it, but this sounds like this is something that can be a statewide thing.
Oh, I believe it can be. I absolutely believe it can be. So the dream was born out of some ideas from former educators. Thayer DuPont is the chairman of the board for the CEB, and they envisioned that in order to successfully bridge the gap, because let's be honest, there have been a lot of ideas that have come out through Wilmington, throughout the state, that just haven't been successful in terms of education reform. And one way that those that were involved in the beginning felt that they could help is taking some of that off of our teachers. Our teachers have to be everything nowadays. Right. They are the social worker. They're the mental health professionals. They are, coming out of their pockets to provide food and supplies for these young people. And we haven't even touched on the issues that are involved in the family that these kids come to school with, and we expect them to have an adult type of maturity and be able to differentiate between when they can feel what they feel and when they have to turn that off and come to school.
Right.
So the CEB decided that what we would try to do and attempt to do, and it's actually been a really successful model, what we would attempt to do is allow the teachers to do what they're good at, and that's developing curriculums that will allow our kids to be competitive. And so if our teachers can concentrate on their lesson plans and connecting with the parents regarding this child's education process, then that's what we want them to do. So if the family has other needs, we want to be able to make sure that we're wrapping our arms around this whole family, allowing the specialists to specialize in what they specialize in,
right,
so that we come together and support the families. Our metrics is very simple. These kids need to be successful when they graduate from high school.
Right.
And we understand that doesn't start at 15 years old.
Right.
That doesn't start at 10, and it doesn't end when these kids leave our building. We need to make sure that as a community that we are focusing on what is important to making families, whole and getting them whole to where they can concentrate on the education.
And what is your success rate with that?
In terms of?
Of this, say the kids that graduated from Kumba.
Oh gosh. Yes, and I should know.
But from Greater Oaks 2.
We have 3 charter schools, and I wish I knew the stats. This is my 4th week, Ivan. Don't ask me these hard questions.
You can never tell that this was your 4th week.
Thank you. Thank you. You've been there for 15 years.
I know. It just goes to show how educated but also passionate you are
about
what CEB is offering.
Yeah.
And I think that is what's going to really set the standard for success of what the resources CEB is going to offer. I really feel that the next time you're on the show, we're going to have some phenomenal statistics.
Yes. And we do. Really. We do. Just off the top of my head, I don't know the numbers, but I will tell you, part of our reintroduction to the community is we want people to understand what we do, precisely what we do.
Right.
Most folks either identify us with the charter school or with one of or two of the programs that are in the building.
Yeah.
So we want to, for people to have a better understanding of what we do as a whole. But also we want to make sure that we are sharing our successes. I think, in general, Wilmington doesn't do that very well. We all come together and want to hear about, or you can hear about the negative that's happening. But this program, as well as DETV, takes a different stance on promoting the positive that happens here. And we have to do a better job at that. I am aware, just in the couple of weeks that I've been here, that we have students that, we've got one student who received over $1 million in scholarship money. Yeah, was accepted by 12 different colleges. And these are students that are in schools that are in a school that typically serves students that, had to come from another situation. So we're super excited about situations like that. We have a young man who, his mom videotaped his very first job interview for his summer job in digital media. And we were just, thrilled to see these kids that really, at some point in their life didn't feel that they had hope, that are now, believing in themselves and have their family and us championing them. It's really amazing.
So I don't know if you know Vincenza. I used to teach digital media over at Kumba. And
I didn't know that.
I did it for about 6 years.
Okay.
Pandemic came. So, but when we did the A10 basketball game, one of the students came up to me and said, "Is your name Mr. Ivan?" And he's tall as he can be. And he said, "The reason I love photography, and that's what I'm taking in college right now, is because of what you showed me." So, shout out to everything that your organization is doing to help
really
not
great.
just the students, but the families. A lot of people, you're right, they think that kids are supposed to come to school, they're hungry, they have nowhere to sleep, and we think that they're supposed to learn. But thank you for the board over there for actually looking past that to say we're going to help these children and families. So I think that is amazing with what you all are doing over there.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you see the tear run down my eye? You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
see it?
But I see
All
that
right.
again, going back to it's necessary.
Yes.
This is needed, and I'm glad that we have a resource that is going to help bridge that gap.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Thank you.
We're gonna have Tamara back on the show.
Yes.
To
Yeah,
get the
you said it like I went, we ain't getting her back on the show.
No, she's coming back
so
on the show.
this is your need camera. Is there
Okay.
anything you need? You go ahead and tell the community.
Okay, so like other nonprofits, donations are greatly appreciated. However, as important are mentors. I have paid mentorship opportunities that I would love to fill with members of the Wilmington community. We also have positions for advocates. We place advocates in every classroom so that we have a 1-to-3 ratio with our students. So if you have time to volunteer, or if you're interested in one of our paid mentorship opportunities, we would love to talk to you. You can reach out to us using our website is cebde.org, or you are welcome to shoot me an email, tmorris@cebde.org.
Thank you so much again, Ms. Morris.